Welcome to the Farmer Show, where we talk about everyday life and give advice. Any advice we give is based on opinions, not facts. I'm your host, Lovey.
And I'm your host, Z. Our Instagram is @thefarmers_show.
That's TheFarmers_SHOW.
Make sure y'all follow us there and show us some love. And today's topic is, who are we? But before we get into that, I just wanted to say happy birthday to my little cousin. Today is her birthday.
Happy birthday, boo. We love you.
We love you.
Shout out to all the Pisces. And to our listeners, we're hoping you're having a fantabulous day.
Yes. So let's get into it. You want to start off, babe?
Yes. I guess we'll start off just talking about like who we were as people before we met each other. Or just like, how everything was going on for us. So I'll start first. Basically, I was working a temp service job for like a pharmacy, and it was in a pretty racist town. I'm not going to lie. So I worked for them, but I also was working for Wendy's as well. And they were also in a pretty racist town. So I ended up, at the time I was actually roommating with one of my friends. And I ended up getting fired because they ended up getting evicted. And I guess they didn't want me to miss a day at the pharmacy. I ended up quitting at Wendy's as well because just to protect myself, because I was actually dealing with a stalker. And that's a whole nother topic for a whole other day, But I, previous to that, I was actually going to school to get my business administration, but I did have to quit. I had like a lot of family issues going on at the time, and just trying to juggle two jobs was a little bit much for me. But that's pretty much what I was like going through. At the time I was like seeing someone kind of like on and off for about 3 years, and we weren't necessarily dating or anything like that. But just know at that point in time, I had pretty much given up on love. But what about you, babe?
So before we met, I was just graduating high school in 2017. I originally at the high school, I wanted to go to Nash Community College to go for like photography and stuff like that. Well, of course, listening to people, they was like, you need to go for something that's basically going to make you money and this and the third. So I decided to go for engineering. So I ended up going to Nash Community College for mechanical engineering. And yeah, that was kind of tough. I failed chemistry. I failed calculus. I failed calculus about 2 or 3 times.
But who hasn't failed calculus?
For real though. But yeah, so my plan was I was gonna go for mechanical engineering. Then I was gonna transfer to NC State, and that didn't happen. So I basically got hired at QVC around October-ish. I was also working and going to school. I was working third shift, and there was a little tension in my house at the time. So to kind of speed up the process, I figured that I was, going to go ahead and transfer, but not to NC State like I was originally going. I actually went for media studies. I went to UNCG instead of NC State. So yeah, after I did that, I applied for it. I got accepted, and basically saved up my checks from working at QVC so I can basically get everything I needed for my dorm and everything. So I moved up to Greensboro about January-ish. And yeah, you want to tell them a little bit how we met?
Yeah, I will. You just sound like such a responsible person. Although, you didn't finish school. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I didn't finish school either. But the thing is, you had a plan, and, you just had to adapt in every way that you had to. I ended up at QVC because, as y'all know, I am without a job now. I need some place to work. And it's not usually what I would go for because QVC is like a warehouse type of job. And it was new to me. It was in a city that me personally didn't want to really hang out in. That just so happens to be her hometown. But
yeah, so, a lot of people didn't want to hang out in my hometown.
No, because it's like Chirac, you know what I'm saying, low key. But anyway, so I went there to have like a mass hiring event and everything. I made sure I dressed like super professional, really, really nice. I probably could have came in my t-shirt and some shorts, but I didn't do all that. So when I came, it was like, a whole bunch of people from everywhere. I mean, when I say everybody was trying to get this job, everybody was trying to get this job. And I think everybody did get this job.
Yeah, I think they, hiring everybody that was
on the spot.
I wouldn't say everybody, but it was a lot of people.
It was a lot of people, and like they did a drug test like right then and there, and next thing you know, like at the time, what was the pay? Like $12 and some change.
Yeah, we thought we were bitballing in.
Right now, not if we was making that right now, we couldn't afford sleep. Like it's just insane. So anyway, we got hired on, and when I came to the orientation and everything like that, I saw one of my homegirls who I knew from school. So I was just chilling with her and everything. Z apparently was in this training class with me, but I did not see her. I don't know why. Like, I would have never missed a beautiful face. You know what I'm saying? But apparently I ended up missing her. Do you want to talk about the first time that me and you saw each other?
Well, so from my perspective, I had to use the bathroom at times. So I had, walked out the warehouse, or not walked out the warehouse, but it's kind of hard to describe. It's like the warehouse was big. So I walked out of basically one section and I was headed to the bathroom, and she passed by me and she was like, "Oh, hey." I'm like, hey. I look back. I'm like, hey.
Oh, what was you looking at? Huh? What was you looking at?
The little lines on the, ground and stuff. I'm looking at that. And all.
Yeah. You was looking at these booty cheeks.
But yeah, I was like, oh, who is that? So I was trying to, basically figure out her name and stuff like this. This was like a couple of weeks, like after training and stuff. This had to be about 3-4 weeks afterwards, or something like that. See,
little did you know, I had just blew that bathroom.
I figured it. I was like, dang, somebody. But no, for real though.
Whatever.
But no, for real though. So yeah, so I was like, dang, who is that? They said hey to me, bro. So I tried to, to go ask around and stuff like that. So I ended up asking this one girl named Mahogany, God rest her soul. She was such a sweet girl. Oh my God. I love
Mahogany. Yes. That still breaks my heart to this day.
Yeah, she passed away unfortunately, but she was such a beautiful person.
She was.
But so I asked, I was like, what's the name of it? What's her name? And she was like, who? I was like, the one right there. And she was like, I don't know. But she chocolate. I was like, yeah, man, like who? You get what I'm saying? So then I ended up asking basically the girl she knew. She was like, yeah, her name. And she told me her name and stuff like that. I was like, oh, okay. And so after that, we started talking, hanging out, being friends. Well, at first, I was trying to, slide on her and everything. She was curving me, bro. She was curving the living daylights out of me.
Being the unemotional, not unemotional, but just emotionally unavailable Aquarius that I was. Like, I was, I had been heartbroken a lot of times. It made me a very hard person, and won't nobody about to crack that code. You know what I'm saying? So, and I just, I was kind of playing her to the left. I thought she was cute, but I couldn't let her know that. Like,
but yeah, so after she curved me, I was just like, okay, you know what? Let's just be friends then. How about it? Mm-hmm. So, we just started hanging out and stuff, talking and, getting to know each other and stuff.
Y'all not gonna. Let me tell you how some of the curvation happened, okay? And I am just tripping, knowing that I wanted her, right? I was literally trying to set her up with somebody else. Like, I don't know if I was lying to myself or I don't know what I was doing, but literally trying to set her up with somebody else. This is one girl who was on the outbound side. We was working in returns, but we were on the outbound side of QVC. And, I'm like, oh, look at her. She looks cute and all this other stuff. And, y'all, if y'all hear any ew or anything like that, it is our cat Simba.
Oh yeah,
she's in heat right now. We're gonna get it fixed eventually. We will. Yeah, I was trying to set her up with somebody else. I was tripping. I pure wanted her for myself. I've kept I mentioned her age a lot. We do have an age difference. about.
It's not that big of a
It's
deal.
really not, but like, what would you say it was at the time?
At the time, I think I was about 20. How old was you? Like,
I had to be like 22 because I had turned 23 when you and I officially got together.
Okay, so yeah, only 2 years. It was not that big of a deal.
But see,
they kept trying to make me feel like a baby there. Only, you 20. I'm like, bro, it's not that big of a deal.
I mean, yeah, if y'all would see her face, she just looks so young. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to feel like I was robbing a cradle, but I still was just, when she would flirt with me, like, even though I did want her, like, it went over my head a lot of times. But this one night, we had, like, been hanging out, and I had, like, there was a one point in time where I would just have her just, like, pretend to be, like, my play girlfriend and stuff like that. Because a lot of the dudes there were trying to slide on me. I didn't want anybody. I didn't want
everybody tried to slide on everybody there.
Literally. It was a cesspool of slidation. Like, no, they don't. But, she was, blocking all that for me. I was like, no, this is my girlfriend. And she turned into my real girlfriend. But prior to that, you got to tell them how you approach me. I'm sorry. It was just so smooth, y'all. It was like, it was.
So, like I said, we've been hanging out and stuff like that. Then one day I was like, man, I want her to really know that, she's really beautiful. So, I just called her over there one day. I was just like, you gorgeous, bro. Like,
y'all, stop trying to downplay the way you said it. She was like, because we can't say it all, but she was like, you gorgeous as F. And she like bit her lip and stuff, and she was all cheesing and everything like that. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, like you better stop it. It just awoken something in me that I didn't even know. It woke something in me that I have been trying to like push deep down for so long, and I could not ignore it anymore.
So what made you? So you weren't into me at the time. So what made you say hey to me that very first time? Because we didn't even know each other way before then. So what made you just say hey to me?
You just seem like a genuinely like sweet person, and your
but
energy.
We were just passing each other.
It was just something about you, and I would not just pass. I wasn't saying hey to anybody, but I don't know what it was about her. I just wanted to just say hey, like. I don't know why. I just wanted to say, hey, you just look like this just cool person. And not that I was looking for anything out of it, but I just wanted to say hey to you.
Okay.
I had to.
That's fair.
I'm glad I did.
But yeah, so like I said, we were just getting real close, chatting it up and everything. And, I think I told you that, I told you I had applied to UNCG and UNC Charlotte. And you was like, you wanted to move to Charlotte and stuff like that.
Yeah, like I did a lot of, even though we were like getting really, really close, like we got really comfortable with each other super duper fast.
I mean, sharing out the same cup and everything.
Eating off the same fork.
Yeah, they had some banging food. Ooh. They had some banging food at QVC.
QVC had the best cafeteria.
Maybe it was just me and that third shift, and I was just hungry at the time. But
it was busting.
That food was good.
It was busting. I mean, I'm talking about chicken. I'm talking about shrimp and gravy. They had some of everything. It was insane. But it's just we got so comfortable so fast, and I've never gotten that comfortable with anybody.
Yeah, and then unfortunately, I was just like, yeah, I'm moving. I'm like, yeah, I'm moving. It was just too much going on at the time, and I was just ready to leave the nest at that time. So like I said, I was planning on moving to Greensboro. But what was your goal? Like,
I wanted to move to Charlotte, but I had no idea why.
I was just about to ask that. Like, why did you want to move to Charlotte?
I think because it was the goal. Like, like back then it was like, oh, everybody want to go to Charlotte, and then now it's like everybody want to go to Atlanta.
Well, with me, everybody wanted to go to Greensboro with me because I think everybody went to like A&T. I went to UNCG instead of A&T. I knew I was gonna get in some trouble there.
Yeah.
So
yes, that's a party college right there.
Party college, yeah. And
even though we were getting really comfortable and hanging out and stuff, I was still like, oh, I don't want to date any coworkers because I had like been there, done that, and it's just it was a whole messy situation, y'all, at that time. But
So what was your goal, like, as far as, like, working at QVC? Like, you started at, you was like, yeah, I started at QVC. I'm working toward, what was you working towards? Like,
My goal, I was really just I was trying to like, if anything, I was actually just trying to survive. I was living with my mom at the time. Me and her had a place together. So I wouldn't say I was like living in my mom's house, but me and her had a place together. And I really just wanted to like help pay some bills. I didn't know what my goals were going to be. I know eventually I wanted to move to Charlotte, but I don't think I was actually working towards that. I was just trying to pay some rent, lights, and whatever else that needed to be paid. But
That's understandable.
and pay off for like a car that ended up getting repo. We ain't gonna talk about it.
But yeah, but we was, I don't know, we just hit it off like right then and there. We were just, it's like we being knew each other. Like the chemistry, everything there was just, it was perfect. It was perfect.
It really was. And it still is.
Yeah.
I do have a question.
What's up?
What was your first impression of me?
You was beautiful. That was my first impression. Yeah.
No, I'm saying like
when I first saw, when you first said hey to me, I was just like,
I mean, when you like got to know me. Now, when you first saw me,
oh,
I mean,
like when we actually started talking.
Yeah,
I thought you were goofy because you just say random stuff. Like when I say random, she just be random. I'm like, what the hell is this girl talking about? Like she just say off the wall stuff. Like
I'm glad you like it though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had to get used to it, but
yeah,
it paid off.
It didn't take you long.
But yeah,
I think we should talk about what led up to us being official because it's a very interesting story.
So I'll let you tell that since I told my part.
Okay. So you guys, we were hanging out one night. We was hanging out or whatever. And I'll talk about like when we had our first kiss, because this was very interesting. We were hanging out with, one of the homegirls I was cool with, that I went to school with, the same homegirl. And then when we had, took her back, to her place, because we were all hanging out together in Z's side of town and everything. So when we went back, we was all kind of lit. We done had a little bit too much fun and everything. And we had all drove separately. Z, she'd been giving me the eye. I've been giving her the eye and stuff. But we didn't really make no real moves or anything like that.
No,
I don't think so. Yeah. We didn't make no real moves yet. So anyway, I'm getting ready to leave. She said, oh yeah, you good to drive? So I'm like, oh, I'm good. I got this. You know what I'm saying? Tell me why I hop in the car. She's still, stationary where she's at. I'm driving, and next thing you know, the road goes from black to brown to green. I mean, y'all, I drove into a ditch, and I didn't even drive for like, it wasn't even 30 seconds.
I mean, she was stuck in that ditch, and all I could do, like when I get lit, I laugh. I could not stop laughing, bro. Like I was laughing so freaking hard, bro. I like to pee on myself.
I was crying.
She was crying, and I was laughing. And I'm like, get out the car.
I was like, my life is over. My mom is gonna kill me. Y'all, I am 22. Like, my mom is gonna kill me. I'm just like crying, all this other stuff. But the way she just hopped in the car and like, I wasn't thinking at the time, when you go through something like that, you're just like lucky to be alive. But like when she was backing out, it didn't occur to me to, hey, let me move out the way.
So like the way she went into the ditch, like it won't like, car first. It was like kind of, how like you park on the side of the road, you get over. So like the car could have like just tilted over. And so I was trying to
tilt it on me.
Yes, she was standing right there where the car could have tilted over. I was like, could you move? Like I was trying to back the car up out the ditch, but I felt like it was going to tilt. And she was just standing there. I was like, bro, what the? But I eventually backed it up somehow, got it out the ditch, and I had to follow her home and make sure she ain't run into no more ditches.
Yeah, she was just a shero to me. I was just like, oh
not my
God, yes, this gladiator that came and saved the day. Yes, my Miss Knight in shining armor. Like, oh my gosh, nobody's ever cared for me that much. I think you were just being nice, but it meant so much to me. Like she literally, make sure I was able to get home. She was honking to make sure I stayed focused.
Yes, because she was swerving. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, I did not know you were this lit. What in the world? I should never let you drive.
I know, but you know what? You made sure I got home and I rewarded her with a kiss.
And she told me, that's your only one. Mm-hmm.
Now we married, y'all. But anyway. But that's how like our first kiss went. And then when I would say, would you say like a week later?
Yeah, a week later, we made it official.
Made it official because we had another fun night. You know what I'm saying? What were we chilling at the park and everything?
Yeah. And one thing led to another, just making out and everything. Yeah. This was after work. It was like, keep in mind, we got off, was it 6 or 7 that we got off? I think it was like 7 in the morning.
It was like 7 in the morning.
Yeah, it was 7 in the morning. I didn't have class that morning though, I don't think. Cause I had, I was working third shift. We'll go in about, we went in about 7 and then got off at like 7. And then I had class like at 9, but I don't think I had class that day.
I had no idea that you were so busy. Like all I had to worry about doing was just getting cute, getting pretty, and then just like my sis over here talking to some girl, what you getting all cute for to go to work and stuff like that. I mean, I was like, I made sure my wig was looking all right. I didn't wear makeup necessarily, but I had my lip gloss on and everything, and it was all for her. And little do she know, running out of sleep. Here for real. I was running off like 2 hours of sleep. I was like, man, look, I can't keep doing this. But yeah, like I said, one thing led to another and stuff, and just making out and stuff. And I was just like, yeah, you still want to wait? And I'm like, no. Because she was like, well, by wait, I mean, she was saying that she don't date coworkers. So I was like, why? Like, I'm about to move anyway, so you might as well date me. But she was like, no, I don't date coworkers and this and the third. I was like, yeah, okay. And so after that, I was just like, yeah, you still want to wait? And she was just like, no. At the time, like, I wasn't thinking straight. I wasn't really trying to get in a relationship. Because like I said, after she kept curving me, I was over it. I just wanted to be friends and stuff. But I was just, playing around and stuff like that. And she said, yes. I'm like, oh, snap, I done talked myself into a relationship. Yeah. I'm like, dang, I'm about to go to Greensboro and stuff and college and. Yeah, and I was so happy. I had no idea that she had thoughts like that. Yeah, you need to tell them about. Oh, yeah, my friend. She was just like, just give it a try. Like, you never know and stuff like that. I'm just like, But my other friend, he was just like, man, look, you about to go to college. It's about to be all these girls here and stuff. I'm like, man, you right. I don't know what to do. Well, of course, my other friend, she talked that out of me and stuff and just was like, just give it a try. So I'm like, all right, I'll get a try for you. We need to take her out to dinner one day. Like, for real. Because it's been about 5 years? Well, dang. About to be. I mean, I feel like we have made up for that. We chilled and stuff before. Like, we hung out actually a couple times. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, we took her out. That's a home dog skilly business. Yeah. But yeah, like, I thank you, girl, for speaking up for me. Because the next day, I want to know how my next day went. My next day, I'm cutting all the hoes off. I'm like, you want enough for me, boo, 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 boo. And when I said they were salty, they were salty. And she up there telling my son, you cut all your hoes off? I'm just like, huh? We cut them hoes off together. She took my phone and just blocked everybody. She was blocking my aunts. I'm like, wait, that's my aunt. Like, I didn't know who was who. She ain't know who was who. She was just going through my phone. I'm just like, Lord have mercy. I was on edge. I'm just like, don't click on that one. Don't. The fact that she let me was insane. And then we just seen this little mysterious little, text message that was a little bit interesting to me. Somebody had called you daddy. You said what? Somebody called you daddy. Oh. I was like, oh, we ain't going all that though. Yeah. I was just saying, that was old news, so I wasn't even worried about that. So I was like, yeah, you can block her. I don't even care. Yeah. You can leave that. That was new news to me. But after that, we ended up. Well, yeah, after that, we made it official that night and stuff. And ever since then, it's just been great. Yeah. She went off to college. I was sad. I sent her some parting gifts. Y'all, I'm like, I just went to community college. She went to a whole university, and here I am. She's sneaking me up to her dorm and stuff, and she had roommates. So I know they was just like, "What in the world?"
This was the next year because we got together in like December, the end of December. And
Yeah,
so this was like the next.
that was
year.
2018.
2019.
We got together.
We got
together, but 2019 went. Okay.
Yeah. So she'll come up there with me, stay at my dorm and stuff like that. She'll be helping me with my school. Like she knows Spanish. You might as well say she's bilingual, but
I mean, I'm not fluent. I do know a good amount, but you was passing your Spanish class.
Yeah, I was passing it. And I ain't know a lick of Spanish. And then one day we had to like get up and actually say some stuff in Spanish. I'm just like, habla, Espanol, I ain't know nothing, but I had an A in that class.
Okay. I made sure my baby passed.
I ain't know nothing. So then I was like, dang, I had failed actually. So I had to be like, okay, let me learn it for real. So she sat down with me, taught me a little something. And yeah, I forgot now, but
I'm sorry. Sorry about some of y'all. Ignore her. Anyway, but it was a 2-hour drive.
Yeah, it was
for me because I was still, me and my mom were still living together and everything, and then we just couldn't get enough of each other.
I used to come pick you up like almost every weekend.
Ooh, that was my favorite. My baby used to slide over here like, yes, come pick me up. Where we going?
Back to the dorm.
Woo, woo, woo. I mean, those were some good.
I didn't mind driving at the time, but if you ask me to drive 2 hours now, I'm like, look,
no, the way gas is set up, the way time is set up,
for real.
No, thank you. But we really just wanted to be around each other all the time, so we made a plan to just like save up some money. She saved up the majority of it, but just to save up some money. And now that I'm thinking about it, I can understand why that was, because like I still had to like pay bills and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit tougher for me to save up to get our own place together.
Because I'm like, what are you doing? Like,
right. But that's what I was doing. Like, I really had like, it was in, I really had a whole lease. Like, it was in my name and everything. So
yeah.
We ended up, saving some money. We got the first place we applied to. It was a nice townhome in Greensboro. Well, at the time, it was nice.
Yep. Yeah, at the time, it was nice. But yeah, we ended up moving together back in, what was it, July? It was July. Right?
In 2019, right?
Yeah.
Y'all lesbians move really fast.
For real, though. But yeah, it was like in July. I think I gave you a promise ring like a month or two after.
Mm-hmm. When did I give you your promise ring?
I have no idea. I think maybe 6 months or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, we had moved into our first apartment together and stuff, or townhouse, whatever you want to call it.
And y'all, it was like
we had the best memories in that townhouse. I mean,
really did.
We had some of everybody, and my sister was up there, her friend, everybody was up there. Cousins. Everybody. It was lit. I kind of missed it on that old house.
I do. The only thing I don't miss, y'all. Do y'all know what are they called? Cave crickets?
I don't know. I call them jumping spiders.
Yes. Like one night, and look, this is just a side note story, but she went out with, her stud bros or whatever. They went to the club, and, it was just me, Debo, and Simba. I'm chilling, and I'm just like, what?
Debo and Simba is our dog and cat.
Oh, yeah. Debo's, yeah. Y'all heard Simba. Debo, he's actually being quiet right now, being a good boy. But, anyway, she went out with her stuff, bro. So I'm chilling with the kids, the fur babies. And I'm just like, we're going to have a good night. We're going to relax, going to sip a little bit. Man, I'm chilling on the couch. She had left maybe 15 minutes ago. I look down at my arm, and one of them cave crickets is chilling on me like I'm a sofa. When I say I lost it, and I had to recruit the troops. And by troops, I mean Debo and Simba. I'm like, no, we have to stand together. I had to hype myself up. I'm bigger than this thing. Like, that's the only thing I don't miss. Like, all the memories we had were amazing, but that right there,
she called me. I was in the club. She called me. It's a spider. I'm like, huh? What is you talking about? It's loud. It's on the way. And she got it's a spider. I'm like, what? Kill it. I'm not there. What can I do? And she's like, I'm scared. I'm like, well, baby, like, you're going to have to wait till I get back or something. Like, what can I do?
The thing about the cave crickets, they have a vendetta against humans. They like, they're not like regular spiders. You know, regular spiders, you see them like, and maybe they feel the vibration of your voice. They run and hide somewhere or scurry somewhere.
No, they try to jump back at you.
They try to come after you. It was trying to hunt me down. I'm in my apartment like Rambo. I got a bag. I'm over here like Negan from The Walking Dead. Like, this is just insane. It was just crazy. But y'all, we ain't gonna get too much into that. But
yeah,
we had a lot of memories there.
We did have a lot of memories. We had.
But due to that, dealing with that a lot, and with like, I think it was around like COVID when we decided to, was it near the end of COVID when we decided to move?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So, rent was going up a lot. We needed to go. It's like, rent was going up everywhere, but it's like, if we're going to pay rent for a place, we want it to be worth it.
Yeah.
And I was happy to get away from those.
For real. Mm-hmm. It was like a 2-bedroom, little townhouse and stuff, and like 1.5 baths.
It had a patio.
Yeah, a patio. Nice. A little mini patio. It was cool. And then we, ended up moving, got a 3-bedroom, 2 baths and stuff like that.
That's where we are right now.
Yeah. We're still here chilling. But yeah, that's basically how we met, y'all. Anything else you want to add up in there?
We ended up getting married. We had the wedding in our living room, and it was absolutely beautiful. Maybe we'll post some pictures on our Instagram that y'all can look at. But overall, it was really beautiful. It was really, really beautiful and personable. Our engagement was absolutely beautiful. It was in, I think it was in Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Oh yeah, I had took her to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and proposed to her there. She had no idea I was gonna do it.
Man, but
I had got all these little gifts and such. At the time, beautiful. She wanted like a Wii, and I forgot what else I got you. I got you a whole bunch of other little gifts and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But I got
some bras that don't even fit these big old titties no more.
But yeah, and keep in mind too, they said when we got the Airbnb up there and stuff, it was beautiful. Like it was beautiful. Like mountains. Yeah, we was in the mountains. We stayed like actually on the mountain. And they was like, at nighttime, make sure lock your doors and stuff like that. It's bears out there and stuff. And our crazy self, we outside just chilling and stuff like that, getting lit or whatever. And then we realized, we're like, oh snap, it's dark out here.
It got dark.
It got dark quick.
Yeah. Tennessee is built different. I mean, the roads are built different. The houses that aren't that. Let's say they have houses, right? And they're not even in the mountains. It's still on rocks.
Yeah.
It's built very different.
Yeah.
It gets very dark at night.
It do. And then, like I said, no roads, especially we was going, like we had to drive up a mountain. So we was going like literally 5 miles per hour. Cause it's like the curves and then it was like so close to the edge.
With no railing.
Who
did we think we were?
I was like, bro, we could fall off. I was so scared. I had to drive because I did not trust her driving at all.
Who drove back down? Did you drive up and down?
Yeah, well, I drove down the mountain, but then we switched off and you drove on like the regular way. It won't know in the world I was letting you drive.
I wouldn't trust myself, y'all.
She driving in ditches and you think we're going to drive off a cliff? No.
I'm not that bad. They was like, girl, yes, you are. You just told us
horrible.
You drove into a ditch.
She's horrible at driving, bro. She's horrible.
Well, y'all, they told us to watch out for these, like, Yogi Bears and stuff. And mind you, at the time, we were vegan. We were actually vegan. This was like we was like vegan for like 6 whole months. But I made a crock pot vegan chicken and dumplings, some collard greens, and it was just
apple pie.
All this vegan, y'all. Like, It
It
was
was good.
so good. It was so good. But it was so good that, I guess Yogi the hey boo boo, he wanted a picnic basket. You know what I'm saying? That's what we was thinking. We cooking, we chilling, and all this other
Oh wait, you
stuff.
gotta tell like okay, so we was outside
Oh,
chilling at
okay.
first, and then so we was like, oh snap, it's getting dark. We need to go back in.
And y'all, we was lit. We had some mimosas and all that. We was celebrating.
And then I had dropped something, and we was up there searching for like 10 minutes. We was so lit, we didn't even realize. We were like, bro, we need to get in this house. We started hearing stuff.
So that was our purpose. we was already trying to run low key anyway, because we was in our back of our mind when it had got dark and we started hearing noises. I'm like, oh, it's a bear coming after us.
Yeah, like the wind was blowing and we saw the trees moving. So we like, oh snap, it's a bear trying to come out of them trees.
Right.
So we running up, and then I of course had to drop something. And I'm up here looking for him.
We looking for it for 10 whole minutes.
10 minutes. I'm like, bro, we need to be in the house. So we get back in the house.
We would have got our asses chewed up, y'all. So we finally go in the house after all of that.
And settle down and everything.
Food on the crock pot. Next thing you know, we hear, how can I make this noise? We hear them pulling at the door. Just
the door is just
real
going hard. Like somebody trying to open the door. I'm like, it's at the bear. So I'm up here. I'm going up. Like, it's like, it was beautiful. Like, it's like an upstairs and everything. And you can, like, see out the window and stuff. So I go upstairs and I'm like, babe, come on. We need to go upstairs.
Man, I grabbed me a knife.
She grabbed the knife. I'm on here grabbing my gun. I'm like, okay, whoever this bear come in here.
We go in the bathroom. We have no exit.
For real. We was in the bathroom, bro. And I'm like, bro, I think if you shoot a bear, we're going to jail.
For real, right? I don't know how they value the bears in Tennessee. But they value them a lot because they make little teddy bears.
I won't take no risk. That bear was gonna be dead today.
Y'all, we called to, I guess, the Airbnb hosts, and they were like, "Oh, that's just another tenant under they're underneath and stuff like that." I guess it was like a level underneath us that was also like a part of the Airbnb.
They was at the wrong door basically, and they was trying to get in. Man. And we out here thinking this bear trying to break in. So I'm like, dang.
I about pissed on myself.
For real. And then later on, we ate and everything, just chilling on the couch. Next thing we'd hear, hey. I'm like, who is this? I looked like it was like a door like by the kitchen, but it was locked. We couldn't get in it at all. We couldn't get in it or nothing. And so I go in there, I go, towards the kitchen. I'm like, yeah. And they tell me something, what's the Wi-Fi password? I'm like, what?
Now we gave it to him, but my thing is, like, did his Airbnb not come with that? Like, did not come with the package?
It was crazy. But it was a beautiful experience for real though. Like it was had perfect.
A jacuzzi.
It had a jacuzzi. Yo, we got in the jacuzzi. Of course, it got late too. We had to get out the jacuzzi.
Right. But prior to that, y'all, we chilling and it's just so quiet in the mountains sometimes. In the daytime, it's actually pretty quiet versus at night. But, we chilling, all kissing and everything, being all lovey-dovey because we newlyweds and stuff like that.
Not newlyweds, but
not newlyweds. We just had got engaged. Yeah. I mean, we're newlyweds now, but we had just got engaged and stuff. And, chilling, I'm thinking we got privacy because the jacuzzi's outside. I look up, it is like little Tennessee boys and families just staring at us and stuff. I'm like, what in the world? Because again, Tennessee is built very different.
Yeah.
They're like houses are stacked up high, so they just looking down on us, being all freaky. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, so we had to shut them blinds and everything.
Yeah, we had to go up in the house, shut them blinds really fast.
But like I said, the whole thing was beautiful and everything. I actually proposed to her on Christmas Day. So after she opened all her gifts and everything, I was like, I got one more gift for you. And so, I grabbed the microphone and stuff, started singing to her, and she thought, it was just a little show I was putting on.
I mean, y'all, she did so good. My baby can sing.
No, I wouldn't say all that. I tried, but yeah, I, sung to her. Then after the song, I was just like,
tell them what song it was.
It was Don't Change by Musiq Soulchild. Yeah. And then afterwards, I was just like, You be my wife.
I had been manifesting it for so long. Like, I would just go around to everybody, I was like, I am Mrs. Farmer. And then they're like, oh my goodness. You know, I would wear this ring on my finger, and they were like, oh, are you engaged and stuff? I said, no, but I know it's coming. I feel it in my bones. And she was telling me all the time that, oh, I'm going to propose to you probably on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I tried to
So she threw me off. But
I was like, yeah, Valentine's. But it was on Christmas, so it's fair. It's on one holiday. It wasn't the one you was expecting, but it was on a holiday.
Well, I'm glad it was Christmas. Christmas has a whole new meaning to me now. I didn't celebrate as much growing up. I did every so often, but it really wasn't like a big thing like growing up for me. So now it's just beautiful. It just feels like our holiday.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
well, I love it.
I love you too, baby.
But yeah. So that's our little story, you guys, on how we met and how we got engaged and basically how we got married. If there's anything you want us to talk about or need advice, hit us up on our Instagram at thefarmers_show.
And we're out.
Bye, y'all.